some clean living.
Good morning and welcome to Jeannie's Clean Living Podcast.
Clean living. The benefits.
She's saying we need some clean living. We had friends over for dinner last night. It didn't seem like we drank that much.
I had 2 glasses of wine, but that's a lot for me. And they were little.
Jeannie's a lightweight.
Because I'm little. So, good morning. Let's talk. Let's talk about some stuff.
Do you want to start with the email you received?
Do you want to start with the good news or the bad news? Who said that to me recently? Who said that? I always want the bad news first. Let's get it over with, right? So let's give you the bad news first. It's not really bad news. It's just
it's a picture news of like what the reality is going to be over the next couple of months. And we talked about it last week when I said I think what's likely to happen in our little strange little corner of the economy, the sewing space. As I was saying, I think what's going to happen is a lot of these factories will shut down and they're going to stop making our little tchotchkes and items that we sell in our little corner.
This was the title of the email that I received. Important. Select items temporarily on hold due to tariff pricing issues. And it just said, due to pricing instability on mainly Chinese manufactured items, but we know that a lot of the stuff that we get,
it's like 80% of the stuff on the walls,
is from China. We are putting certain items on temporary ordering hold as we run out of stock. And I think that's probably what we'll end up doing here in the store as it goes out of stock. And so you might order stuff and then I might reach out and be like, oh, we don't have any more of that. I feel like I need to run out around the store and look at the back and go, where's this manufactured?
But that's the thing is like most of it's going to be China. Like things, I'm sure the Clover mini iron comes from China. Like, and the bigger question is, do the products come back? Is there an origin sticker?
Ontario. Well, it's distribute. Oh, Clover's Japanese.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
okay.
Clover's Japanese. So,
it was from Checker, who's one of our larger distributors. It does say there is a kind of bold paragraph that says this does not mean we're permanently discontinuing the items.
Yes.
It's a temporary hold, but as I mentioned last week, I'm a little concerned about the idea that like a lot of these, like it's funny because I watch the bike industry, and the bike industry is much in a situation like the sewing industry where you see big retail stores shutting down, you see line items being removed, but the bike industry is saying, and the bike industry is a much bigger industry than the sewing industry. The bike industry is very actively going, some of these products are not going to come back. Like, you know, as they essentially turn the factory off, the factory's going to retool and make other things, and they don't think some of the products will come back to market. So
all of these kind of emails, they make my stomach hurt. I'm like, oh, because I don't like change and I don't like thinking about what I can't get.
Well, but like, you know, and this is me just kind of speaking from personal experience. Like a couple of weeks ago, this is before the tariff regime started. I said to Jeannie, I'm going to buy a couple of things because we knew the tariffs were coming. And I was like, I'm going to make some purchases specifically to try to get some stuff before their prices go up. And like I was happy I did that. So if there's stuff that you want, especially if it comes from China, like it's probably a good time to get it now. So just something to consider. But we're going to see more and more emails like this, because that's like, if you read about what's happening actually in China, a lot of these factories have already furloughed their people. Like, the factories are quiet because they're waiting to see what's actually going to happen, and how things are actually going to work. And I think Xi yesterday, the president of China, or the premier of China, basically said that there is no story about negotiations with China right now. Like basically anything that you're hearing is not what's happening, and who knows what's happening behind the scenes. But so I think the scan and cut update is for all scan and cuts.
So yes, there is a scan and cut update, and it says, oh, whoops, sorry,
It's for the DX level scan and cuts.
Yeah.
For the 325, 330, 125, and 230.
That's funny. So it's not for the 225. Isn't there a 225?
There was a 225, and they may have just forgotten to put the 225 in there. The 225, though, was the 225F, and was only really, I don't know if the 225 allowed cutting other than for fabric. We never sold really the 225.
So what it did is it added a larger maximum frame size. That's interesting.
In my connection.
Ended wireless assistant to configure your network information. What does that mean? So anyways, I'll be doing the update. Maybe what I'll do is I'll record it in case anyone's scared. Because I know sometimes doing an update,
It's scary.
they're so they're so easy. So don't be scared. But if you've never done one before, then it can be scary. And for me, it's actually a little scary because I had so many issues just getting all my stuff hooked up. I think mine was a little more complicated.
I don't know if it was a little more complicated.
Mine was, because it was connected to two different emails because of the store.
Oh, because
so
of the
it did
store.
take us a little while, and Jen helped us figure it out. I'm so thankful, because I would not have figured it out on my own. So
to answer your question about prices going up and coming back down, no. Historically, when prices are increased, it sets a new benchmark, and you don't see prices come down once the tariffs fall. So I don't have a crystal ball, and I can't say with 100% certainty that that's the case, but historically, you don't see prices fall when pricing factors change. Customers absorb the prices.
So,
oh, by the way, so I never read the Riley Blake email, and then I read it.
what a Riley Blake email.
Well, you got that Riley Blake email about price increases,
Yeah.
like a week and a half ago. And I can't remember why I was in your email, but I was in your email and I read that message. What's interesting about that message is the message was basically saying we expect retailers to absorb these prices.
That is interesting.
So long story short, like right now, our fabric's 20% off, but the reality is if it's coming in at a higher price and they're asking us to absorb those prices and for it to not be reflected in retail price, expect our discounts to change. Like, and that's just calling it what it is, right? Like it's brave new world.
Yeah, it will be interesting. I was just looking at this because I thought this would be here in this section. So, oh, there it is now. So I do know how to add it. Oh, and that's interesting too. Okay. Other things I want to point out, like Graydon and I have been going through and adding stuff to the clearance section. So it'd be worth it for you to go ahead and check out that section. Things that we're kind of clearing out right now is We did do long arm, but we're not doing long arm stuff anymore. And so you're going to see some long arm stuff that we're adding. So if you have Baby Lock or Handy Quilter, that would apply more to you. And then sometimes when I find great deals, I like try to pass those on to you guys. So something that I just got a whole bunch of that I think is really, really great is, and we've talked about it because we did clear out some of the Eversewn Luxe Glitter fabric. It's not HTV. You don't iron it because it's not going to iron down. It's going to be the fabric, but it's so nice because you can sew with it and you can use it for applique. And the pieces are much bigger than the pieces that you got with Kimberbell. So for instance, this, which was $10, this they didn't send in the box, which is actually better, I think. So these, which were normally $10, they're on clearance for $4. So this is like really similar to that green color that was in Hopping Down the Bunny Trail. And whatever quantity we have up there is going to be the quantity. But I think the size of this is 12 by 18, whereas the size of the Kimberbell HTV, which would be great for sewing, like I said, the HTV stuff was 7.5 inches by 19.5 inches. So it's going to be a lot bigger. Again, this is almost 12 by 27 inches. So they're big pieces, 27 inches. So it's going to be like, you know.
And the stuff is pretty.
It's really, really pretty. So these were $10 too. So these are Eversewn. This one, it's almost like a pink. It's like a, wouldn't that be, that'd look great on your nails, right? Would have been so great for Vegas. Didn't get my nails done again. It's been like 5 years.
I'm like, you need to get your nails or your toes done.
Now they're embarrassing. One's like a little claw. My like baby toe. I'm like, how did that happen?
Why are you telling them this?
It's so I don't want to go in and show anyone that. Okay.
It's like the scene from what was the one with the Amish guy who could bowl, where they're like doing his pedicure, Kingpin, where they're doing his pedicure, but they have the angle grinder and like sparks are shooting.
That would be me. So, anyways, so these, like I said, they're normally $10 and they're on sale for $4. I want to show you how, like, they're so nice and beefy. See how big that piece is? So, yeah, you're gonna. And like this is, I think this is the kind of stuff that's good to stock up on, because it's like, you know, finding it's hard. And Kimberbell's been discontinuing so much of their stuff. Like, you know, we've had to source stuff because they've discontinued it, whether it be certain colors of their leather or certain colors of their glitter too. So the colors that are going to be on clearance. Are they on clearance? Just look up Eversewn, one word. I think it's one word.
I mean, it's right at the top of the...
Well, I just added stuff to the clearance, but I don't know if Graydon put these on clearance. So this is the brown, which is like the best chocolate brown you'll ever see, but I think it's called copper. So this is the brown. It's super chocolatey. These are up there. Why they were $39.99, I don't know. Yeah, because I feel like these are the same, or are they thicker? I don't know if they're like, I don't think they are.
Maybe there's 2 of them in there.
Well, there are 2, but still the retail was $39.99 on this. Graydon had put $19.99. And they're on sale for $10. So this is a 2-pack. It's going to have your silver and gold. And then there is a 2-pack that's going to have your pink and your blue. So, and the sizes I think are the same. 12 by 18. Oh, you know what? It's not as big because these are 27 inches. So, but there's a 2-pack. It's still going to be a good size. 12 by 18. And then there is this for your Christmas needs. This is going to have your red and your green. And so these are on sale for... So
just don't store it in the sun.
75% off. But it looks like half off. But they were, they originally, like I said, retailed for $40. And then we have just the green by itself. So I did want to show that to you because I feel like the prices are good on that and it's good for stocking up. And then, you know, we'll have them here in the store too. So if you want to pick them up in the store.
Yeah, there's like a whole box.
Somebody asked about the prices for the Welcome Garden. And I think it's 20% off on the website. So whatever price is there, if you're local, we're still doing that OESD sale if you're here in town, because we're just clearing out whatever inventory we have. And it's not that we're not going to carry it. A lot of people came in and got a ton of stabilizer. But the prices online, the OESD, it was...
Some of the prices already reflect a discount. Like I found when I rang people out yesterday,
you have to watch
and it's funny because with the online product, like it shows the compare at price. So a couple of pieces I had to do some math, so it wasn't just a flat 30% discount over what came up at the register. Like it was like I'd take a couple additional dollars off to get the 30%.
Yeah, so it'll be not, if it's already 10% off, it's not going to be another 30. It'll be 30 total is what we're doing on that. This is not HTV. It's glitter fabric, but it's great for applique, and it's a little bit thicker than the HTV, so you could sew with it and you could use it as part of a bag or do something like that. It is nice. It's super, super nice. So, but I think some of it's going to be in the kits. So, we're using it in this. Like this kit has, but this is the Eversewn stuff in here. This isn't HTV. This is the Eversewn. So it works really great for applique if you want to use it for applique or for something that you need it to be a little bit beefier. So I think more versatile, you know, than what you're going to get with just HTV, which is thinner.
So Paula had asked, does it automatically update if you're on wireless? So the machine will download the update, but it won't apply it. Like you're gonna have to go through the steps to run the update, even if you're connected wirelessly. And then Nancy asked, why is God Bless America Tabletopper class sold out? Is that a Zoom class?
Yeah, it shouldn't be sold out because that's just a free sew along. So let me fix that. Let me fix that. And I would just check our clearance section. Graydon will be back. I gave her a box of stuff. I'm like, we're clearancing this. Let's put it in the box. Because we do need to like make some room here in the store. I hoard everything. Like I hoard emails. I hoard listings.
At one point, she had
hoard
50,000 emails or something like that. And I just went and deleted the ones that were older than like 2 years old. Jeannie's like, no. I'm like, you haven't looked at them for 2 years. You're not going to look at them now. Like, get rid of them.
I do. I can't remember what I was talking to Lindsay about, but I was like, I hoard my emails because I'm scared to get rid of them because I'm scared there's going to be something important there that I'm going to miss out on. So I just put we do have some Eversewn stuff here in the store that I bought at my full wholesale that isn't on sale. So it is going to be the stuff that I just got that they were having specials on that I'm passing on to you guys. So I just added some.
No word on the update for the Avenir. They had told me it would be this week, but I haven't. I looked this morning. I don't think I saw an email from Brother regarding the Avenir.
You still have a business to run? What's that? Let me look at...
the single rolls. Some of the single rolls are priced at $4.
Yes. Yeah, get the single rolls or get the dual rolls. Then you'll have it. You won't have to worry. You won't be like, oh my God, where am I going to get it? And then you'll just have it in your stock. Will we update the
price on the summer welcome garden flag to 30%?
No. Whatever's on the website is the website price. We're doing that OESD sale. It's going to just be for in-stock things in the store for our local people is what we're doing right now. So I think that's on sale right now for 20% off. The summer garden stuff, we're really just doing more. And I was going to say not like the current stuff that we're doing, but
But the fabric kit's not on sale, right?
Fabric kits are not. Fabric kits, the ones...
They're a loss leader. We make $0 selling
because there's
fabric
a lot of labor that goes into it. So when we make our fabric kits, the fabric kits are the ones we cut in the store are never on sale. The boxed ones that I get from Kimberbell, when they come out, we usually do them 15% off. Because we didn't make them, so I can do a little bit off of those, but we don't do it off of any of the kits that we cut in the store because the labor that goes into it. So, anything else that you can think of? I have nothing to show off because I haven't been stitching.
Well, did you want to show them these? Or?
Yeah, so I did get these at a little bit of a discount. If you needed like a mini iron, these I think are on sale. I think they might be about $10 off, but these are the Nifty Notion mini irons. So I think great to put these on.
They are a plug-in mini iron.
These are great because they're like small. You get your hand on it. The price is right. Yeah, so I think these are maybe like $22, maybe $25, something like that. So these are in there. They should be in there on sale. I got do you need a little pincushion? These are like the tomato ones. These are more felty. They actually look like they're like velour. But these are Nifty Notions too. I think these are on sale in the system.
Everybody needs more tomato.
Really?
Yep.
Somebody came in looking for a pincushion yesterday, and I had ordered these, but they weren't here yet. And I mean, I still have my mom's. I mean, does everyone? We did one of our Kimberbell events. We did a Kimberbell event, and we used to do a scavenger hunt, which was so much fun. But then, like, I'd be like, hey, where is everyone? And they'd be, like, running around looking for stuff. And we did, like, the pincushion. Everyone had it.
So, Michelle, look for Filtec.
Oh!
Filtec.
I do not have the white bobbins. Don't even look for them. I'm taking them off. I should have some more in May. But right now, I am sold out. So don't even look for them.
Product?
I know. I'm worried about that. I'm worried that they're a product from. Should I just make this? I'm making it out of stock right now because I don't know when I'm gonna get those. I have some on order and it showed that they would be coming in May. And Michelle, I'll add you to a list where when it comes in, I will reach out to you.
They're made in the USA.
Yes! Did you hear that? Made in the USA. So hopefully those will come. Hopefully they don't get the parts don't come from China. But yeah, those I have a couple boxes of the black ones. I don't have the white ones. I have the tubes. The tubes are in stock, but I don't have the boxes right now. So I just took that down and made it non-purchasable. But I'll add you to my list. I know, wasn't that? It was so much fun doing that. Thank you. Do you sell the fit? They do not. So, Alice, they don't sell the Filtec bobbins in multicolors. But what I do sell are the Super Bob ones. And those are really, really nice. So, I sell the Super Bob in the rainbow colors in the tubes. And I sell them in the M, the L, and the class 15. So, the M would be your long arm. Or I think some Berninas take that. The L would be your multi-needles or like a PQ 1500, or there's some other machines that take the L. And then the class 15 would be everything else. So
you know how there's like stuff from your childhood where you remember stuff that's weird?
What do you... I don't know if I like how this is starting.
So, I remember watching, I think it was probably 60 Minutes because my parents watched 60 Minutes. Remember?
I love 60 Minutes with Morley Schaefer and like Walter Cronkite was on it and Leslie Stahl. Loved it.
Like, it was like, I was little and I was watching it with my parents and like none of it really ever, I thought it was so boring.
Oh my God, I loved it.
They were talking about globalization and how like Japanese cars were taking over, and like I just remember the guy going, "Gone are the days of joking about like being able to scrape the paint off a Japanese car and seeing the beer label, like because they were using recycled aluminum to build cars, and then the other thing that they talked about is there was a segment on products that were being made in USA, China. So China had named a city USA, USA. So it would say made in USA.
That is funny.
And I remember as a kid just thinking that was so funny. Like, and that, like, it was important to see U.S.A. Like, I don't know. Just the stuff that you remember from when you were a kid. So,
I'm adding some people.
What are you adding?
Some people that wants boxes of bobbins. I'm going to add you. So, Miss Belinda, Miss Michelle. Yeah, because you got to have... Oh, you know what? If you are wanting boxes of bobbins and...
Avenir Class 15. Yes, the Avenir does take Class 15 bobbins. Just like your Luminaire, just like any of your other brother sewing machines. Those are a good alternative,
These are
right?
great. Yes. So if you... they have been so hard to get. And I don't know why, right? Because you're like...
They're made in the USA.
So why
They don't have a team of 12-year-olds building them.
Oh my God,
They're like a
stop.
bunch of people going, I need my break.
Stop.
I get an hour for lunch, don't
Stop. Stop. So these are great. So these are, and the price is good too. These come from Dime, so Designs in Machine Embroidery. And there's two of them. There's one that has like really slick thread, which I've used. I was worried about it because I was like, is it going to hold in my bobbin? And there's one that it's a 60 weight thread. So it's going to be just like Filtech. It's a little, it looks more
It's a little
cottony.
hardier.
Yeah. And it stitches beautifully. Miss Susan Alba's been using this and loves it. And I took a thing of it home too. I'm almost done with my box of Filtech bobbins, and then I'm going to use this. So if you're feeling a little nervous about, oh my goodness, I need to get my bobbins. The other thing about this is it comes in a pack of, I think, 36. Yeah, so it's 36 pieces. The Filtech ones are, what are they? They're 80. They're an 80 count. So, and some people go, oh my God, it's going to take me forever to get through 80 of them. Not you guys.
Not
you
not
guys.
our folks.
Yes. And it's, they're $25. So it's a good price too. That's what,
And
like.
they're on the website.
These are on the website. And if you're not sure, because I think I have both of them on there, just put the ones that I was talking about.
Steady Stitch.
Steady Stitch. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put those on there, and maybe we'll do a special on those. But I love, these are great, and it's because it has been very difficult for me to get the Filtech bobbins in and keep them in stock.
Like, it's like months between their shipments.
Months.
Right?
It's been months. So
So it's great to have that
it
alternative.
is great to have those. So let me
And do yourself a favor. Don't buy Amazon bobbins.
I'm reading.
Yes, they will go in the Brother Luminaire.
Yeah, these are great. Quilter used to select bobbins that were really good. Yeah, those Quilter Select bobbins are really, really nice. And they have that beautiful rainbow. And I can always order those for you, Alice. But quite honestly, I think the Super Bob price is a little bit better. And the colors are beautiful for the Super Bob rainbow bobbins. So I would look at those. Yes.
The Super Bob or Deco Bob, is that right?
They're super.
I
know
think
they're
the
Super
Super-
Bobs.
I
They're
think-
superior. They're superior.
But they're an 80 weight, aren't they?
No, they, oh, you know, actually, I don't. Oh, am I out of M's? Are these M's?
Those
Oh,
are.
maybe I'm out of class 15. I don't know what I'm out of. These are made by Superior. And you know Superior makes beautiful stuff. Is Superior even around? Because they're the ones in St. George. So these are the rainbow ones. And these are the colors that you would get.
And these are the...
These are just
so they're
neutrals.
60 weight.
Yeah.
So they're 60 weight.
Yeah. And they're like, look how nice they are. So these are also a 60 weight. I sew and I embroider with my pre-wands. Because I used to be like, oh, no, I have to match it and I have to use cotton. And now lately I'm just like, oh, who cares? And I just sew and embroider with it. But I am not a purist. Some of you are purists. But if you're not a purist, like, check out some of these options. Like the...
Will you put Miss Fullerton?
What is Miss Fuller? A box of Filtech? You want a box of Filtech? I'm putting you down. I don't always have the Quilter Select color bobbins in, but if you guys want them, send me a note, and I will, should I just order some for you? Michelle, Kelly, and Betty Fullerton. Okay. All right. What else? Send me your letters. I'm looking at them. So just send your notes, and we will be your personal shoppers. So... never know what you'll get from Amazon. Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get. And we often deal with people having issues with bobbin tension because they're those ones that are super slick and they don't hold the bobbin tension.
It's more than that. Like it's
What is it?
They just stitch it. It's less about how they just sit in that bobbin case. It's more about how it stitches out. They just look awful.
Yeah.
And like, it's funny because we've seen it so many times. And normally people, like, they're just stoked on the good deal. They buy 500 of them, right? And then they buy 500 of them, and then they're stuck with 500 bobbins that they can't use. So it's just not worth doing. If I'm embroidering and I see that it's getting down to just a little bit, I take it out, put a new bobbin on. When my sister visits, she collects my partial bobbin and takes them home with her. Cindy, you've been on my list of folks to call for the last 2 days. And I want to have enough time to actually talk to you. So I haven't forgotten about you. I will be giving you a call.
Here's the M's. I didn't have any of those. And then I'll look if you guys want the Quilter Select. But I'm like, I feel like the Quilter Select was like so expensive, and I don't think they're like any better. So maybe they are.
We always say that we shop like we buy.
Yes. And I want to give you...
For the store, we sell like we buy for the store. Like, if it's not something that we buy for ourselves, we don't generally buy it for you.
We want to give you the best at the best deal, but if you want Quilter Select, I will feed you whatever you want to eat. All right? So if that's what you want to eat, I'm going to feed that to you. Actually, you know what? It's a lot of... It's a 40 count.
At third...
At like $60.
At $60?
That's not bad.
Well, but this is like roughly $1 a bobbin.
Yes.
And that's almost 50% more expensive.
But people want it, right? And Quilter Select, they make nice stuff. So it's always nice to have options. So I'll get a couple of those and I'll have them in the store.
Those are 80 weight, the Quilter Select.
Okay, I'll look for that. Did you send that to me a while ago, Myra? I'll look for that. Okay, what weight is the Quilter Select? It's an 80 weight. So that's going to be like Deco Bob. Deco Bob is an 80 weight. So it's a little bit thinner, and maybe that makes the difference to you because this is going to be a 60 weight. That's going to be an 80 weight. Full bobbins, you're going to get a little more thread off of those, right? So, okay. Anything else that we need to chat about? I hate that. That's funny, Marlene. Tonight is the night I go home early and I stitch because I have a.
Going home early.
We've been going home like it's been great because Lindsay's been here and she's been such a huge help with the things that when we don't get done at the end of the day. That we stay here and we're staying late. So maybe we're not going to shut the doors like soon. Maybe we will be able to. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you. maybe we will be able to
Survive the next 3 years, next 4 years.
Yes,
Whatever
that's
it is.
what we're hoping to do. So anyways, don't forget, we're going to continue to do that OESD sale. It's in the store, though.
Till Tuesday.
Till next Tuesday. And then we're going to have another exciting one that we'll talk about next week. So
Do you carry bobbins for embroidery only machines? I mean, the bobbins for embroidery only machines are the same as the embroidery bobbins for
all of
combo
these.
machines. So they all work the same.
All of these, the Filtech bobbins, these Super Bob, if you wanted the Quilter Select, all of these. The only thing I wouldn't recommend embroidering with is cotton thread. And the reason I say that is because, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of bobbins, and I try to, because I hoard them. I have one of those, my favorite bobbin holders, the
boats.
not the boat. Well, it's kind of like the boats, but they're like ones that have multiple sections. I should show those off too. So sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to use up thread. And what I notice when I use cotton in my bobbin is it causes my upper thread to break. I was like, why is my upper thread breaking? So I took out my cotton bobbins, and then I went back to just my Filtech to just for that to stop. And then I was like, is there a correlation? And then I put my cotton ones back in, and it caused my upper thread to break.
Well, that's because it just flows differently.
Yeah. So I would not recommend embroidering with a cotton bobbin. Maybe you do it and it's fine, but it didn't work.
What we were having, we had somebody recently who came in, and I was like, "You're embroidering with serger thread."
Oh, don't do
and
that.
They were like, "Well, but it's such a big spool." And
yeah.
like, no.
I've had people long arm with serger thread. You never want to do that because it's just not. It just doesn't work that way. So
we don't carry. We're not a Viking dealer, so we don't carry the Viking specific bobbins.
What size is the Viking? Is that an L?
They're specific to whichever machine she has.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I don't have those. All right, let's get on with it. Have a great day, be creative, and make something awesome. And I'm going to be stitching and making something awesome tonight. I'm going to get all my machines going. And hopefully I'll have something great to show you tomorrow.